The power of railwayism, where tension ends and excitement begins, where people enrich lives through selfless service. The rail industry in the UK employs over 190,000 people, and there are over 2,500 stations and 40,000 tunnels and bridges. Railways are a service for people as a training ground for leaders, managers, motivators, public servants and communicators. No wonder the rail industry is an amazing melting point of skills, talents, cultures and values. We find that people get up in the morning, go to work, feel inspired and safe, then come back home and get ready for the next day. And one thing comes very seriously in the railways, and that is all positive life changes begins with a choice. And if we choose to change ourselves for the better, then everything around us changes for the better. So this is the maxim, this is the principle which we follow in the railways. And experts always say that there are three things in life that challenges us: the development of our true potential, wise use of our resources and time, and overcoming obstacles to achieve the desired result. And today we are going to meet some leaders who have made a difference, who have, like Winston Churchill said, given their blood, toil, tears and sweat to make a difference. And let's see what they have to say today. Moving on with the series on para railwayism, we have someone very special today, very exciting. And let's see who this person is. Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Tell us about yourself.
Hello there, my name's Sean. I work currently at St Peter's International HS1 as a customer service assistant. I started the railways about 28 years ago as a porter at London Euston, and over the years I've worked my way up from a porter, booking office, gate line and assistant supervisor.
Tell us, what has the railway taught you?
The railway over the years has taught me a vast degree of knowledge of getting to A to B and to interact with fellow work colleagues and customers.
What message would you give to the world?
My message to the world is that the railways is a job for life and it's got great security for the future.
Sean, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. And today, it's indeed an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to talk to someone who spent 40 glorious years for the rail companies, and now he is retiring as a hero, and he's none other than Mr. Julian Dewey. Good afternoon, Julian.
Hi, Sanjay.
Tell us, how did your journey begin?
My journey with the railways began when I finished university, and I knew I wanted to work in transport, but I didn't know what type of transport, so I applied for every kind of transport job. And the very best offer that came up was British Rail. And first of all, I joined thinking I'd join for 2 years and then work out what I was going to do afterwards. But as you can tell, 40 years later, I'm still here, and it's proved to be a fantastic career.
Julian, tell us, what were your early challenges?
The early challenges were a lot of travel, because in the early days when I was training, I went all over the country, staying away a lot. And then when it came to my first job, moving house to the other end of the country, to a place I didn't know, and to start to learn a route with people that I'd never met before. And I was going in as a very young manager with no experience, working with some very, very experienced railway people.
Tell us about your greatest achievements.
There have been a few. The ones I think I'm most proud of are coming to C2C, and I do think it was a privilege to be able to lead C2C, to come here and lead C2C. It's not something I would necessarily have expected to be able to do, and when I had the opportunity, it was really, really good, because C2C is a family, and it's a public service network, and it serves the people of Essex and London, and that's a privilege.
Julian, tell us, what drives you?
Honestly, public service. And I know that might sound strange, and that's probably not a fashionable thing to say today, but I did join the railway wanting to be in public service, and I've never really lost that. The thing that I think gives me the greatest thrill is going out in a peak and just seeing the service running, with everything running properly and perfectly, and trains go out every 3 minutes, people get away, and nobody notices anything. They take it all for granted, and it all works.
Julian, tell us, what will be your living message for this family?
I think it is carry on being what you are, because C2C is a family, and that's a huge strength. There are a lot of different parts of the railway industry, and I think that what makes C2C unique is the sense of everybody in a single family unit working together, looking after each other, looking out for each other, and dealing with whatever comes along, and being very, very focused on very, very high levels of reliability. Machine-like reliability is what makes us what we are.
Julian, tell us your retirement plans.
Well, we're filming this now at a time of COVID and the start of a second wave of COVID right now, and that means that all the plans that I did have had to be postponed, because right now all the government advice is to stay at home if you don't have to go out, and certainly not to do one of the things that we were going to do, which was long distance travel. That's going to have to wait till next year.
Julian, words are not enough to express how much we are going to miss you. Wish you a wonderful, relaxing, and a rewarding retirement. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And moving on to our next family member. Let's see, who do we have now? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sanjay.
Tell us about yourself.
So my name's Michelle Palmer, and I'm personal assistant to Julian Drury and Ernesto Sicilia, and I've worked for C2C 25 years in October, and I've done various roles, mainly station-based customer service roles.
Tell us, what has the railway taught you?
To be adaptable. Nothing ever stays the same in the railway, and it's an ever-changing situation. I think whatever role you do, you never know what's going to happen next. So I would definitely say that's one of the things I found as a challenge when I first started. But yeah, definitely to be adaptable.
Michelle, what message would you give to the world?
The railways, fantastic place to work. I've been here 25 years, more than half my life, and it's a great place, a family place, made lots of friends. Highly recommend it.
Michelle, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. Moving on to our next family member. Let's see, who do we have now? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Tell us about yourself.
So my name's Michelle. I am the resourcing manager for C2C. Currently been with the organisation around 7 years. Came in just before we refranchised our second attempt, C2C Rail, and started off at the ticket office, and then was great work. Good enough to be able to get a job up here at HQ and been in HR ever since.
Tell us, what has the railway taught you?
Patience, determination, an understanding of how customers think they know what they want, when in reality all they really want to be able to do is just get from A to B seamlessly, streamlined, without care in regards to it. Transport, I think, is one of those places where it just, as much as you want it to be knowledgeable and you want people to understand what it is and what it does, in reality it's one of those hidden treasures in society where it just needs to get on and do what it needs to do.
Michelle, tell us, what message would you give to the world?
Right now, be happy, be comfortable, obey the rules because they're there for a reason right now. I think COVID has taught a lot of people about we need to slow things down. We need to take perspective of who we are and what's important to us. And I think right now those key messages of family and health are definitely things that people need to put to the top of their list rather than wealth.
Michelle, it's been a pleasure. Thank you. And let's see, who do we have as the next member of our family? Good afternoon.
Hi there, I'm Chris Atkinson. I'm the Head of Communications at C2C. It means I work with all the MPs, the local authorities, the VIPs. I work with the journalists on your behalf, and I help do internal communications for Julian and for the rest of the exec team to help tell everyone what's going on. And I also get to do occasional bit of nice charity engagement on behalf of the company.
Tell us, what has the railway taught you?
Well, the railway's taught me that a lot can happen and there's always a lot going on. There's a huge amount of work that goes into what people see as a relatively simple thing of the train runs. You get on it, you stay on it, you get off it half an hour later. So much effort goes into making it happen and making it happen well. And there's so many people that do every tiny part of the process to make sure that for a customer, it's most of the time dead easy for them.
Chris, what message would you give to the world?
So I would say, keep plugging on. It's not always great fun out there, especially at the moment, but you know what, everything we do every day, it really does help make people's lives better, people's lives easier. And they're out there doing nice day trips or maybe going to work, at least they get paid for it. And we're all the ones who help make that happen and help make sure that people can have a stress-free, hassle-free day and enjoy themselves a bit more.
Chris, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Cheers, thank you.
Once again, moving on with the next family member. And let's see, who do we have next? Good afternoon.
Hi, I'm James. I've been working on the railway now for 5 years, and I work within the planning department. So we're the ones that create timetables for our passengers and to
Tell us, what has the railway taught you?
So I think the railway has taught me a lot about teamwork. Obviously, we need lots of different components to work together at the same time to ensure that we can deliver a good service to our customers.
What message would you give to the world?
Be happy and positive and get along with other people, because it makes time go a lot easier and quicker.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.